I thought I was awake, wide awake. So when the phone rang at 1:52 in the morning, I was startled not only by the phone, but by the fact that I was asleep. Hey, this is Tom, I'm a nurse. Emergency room, Sierra Nevada Hospital. Is this Gregory Shaffer? Came the wide-awake voice at the other end of the line. I must have said yes, but I don't remember, but I remember the time. How strange. Your mom wants to know if you come pick her up, Tom continued. I think he might have said more, but my mind was busy waking up and putting together all the pieces. Mom had called me earlier that evening, about 10 o'clock. I was in bed reading. I wasn't surprised. This unfortunately had become a well-rehearsed dance. She had fallen down. She was on the floor. She was winded. She was angry. You need to come over. Why? I asked, but I knew. A call at 10 o'clock only meant one thing these days. Why? Because I'm on the floor. I remember sitting up. I remember my wife's hand on my back, providing incredible support. I remember taking a deep breath, and I remember saying no. What do you mean, no? Another breath, this one not as deep, though God knows I tried. Mom, I'm not a professional. I don't know if you need to go to the hospital. You need to push your lifeline button if you need help. You need to click. She was gone. I was shaking. I was shaking from the inside out. I was shaking from the outside in. I was shaking from emotional appendages I didn't even know I had. I propped myself up in the bed, reclined a bit. I figured I might never be calm again to sleep. I wondered if Mom's psychiatrist, a lovely, smart, caring woman, was nuts all those times when she'd actually suggested to me that no was the right answer. She'd look at me and she'd ask, are you a doctor? Do you know if your mom's had a stroke? Do you know if she needs to go to the hospital? She'd ask these questions with the same calm grace and the same calm demeanor each and every time we'd have this conversation about what to do when some would say Mom had acted out and others would say had fallen on the floor and desperately needed her only child's help. Mom's psychiatrist always ended our conversations the same way. I am your mother's doctor, not yours. I am telling you this because it's what's best for her. Codependent. Words cannot express how foul, rancid, and unfriendly that word feels in my mouth. 4 months, okay, let's be honest, 56 years at that time, I had worked on no longer being a codependent. And with this first major no, I had just thrown myself running as fast as I could off an incredibly high cliff into what I knew was a terrifyingly deep abyss. No. No, I won't come over. No, I won't come over and help you. And now it's 1:52 in the morning, and Nurse Tom, remember him, he's on the phone. He wants to know if I'll come pick up my mom. She'd used her lifeline button after all. I'm looking out the window. The moon is shining in. I take another one of those deep breaths that evening, and I say, Tom, my mom and I don't have a healthy relationship. And then I use the word. We have a codependent relationship. I don't think it's in either of our best interests if I can pick her up. I was prepared to go on and on. I had rehearsed this or something like this thousands of times. And do you know what Tom said? Do you know what judgmental Nurse Tom said to me? What he had the gall to say to me? Okay, thanks. Followed by a light click as he hung up the phone. Trust me, this is not what I expected. I expected to be told I was bad, a bad person, and let's face it, a very, very bad son. And what did I get? Okay, thanks. At some point, I got back to sleep. I woke as usual, meditated, showered, made breakfast, hugged and kissed my wife goodbye as usual, letting the hug linger a little longer than usual that morning. Went to work as usual. A few hours later, after I got to work, my phone rang. The caller ID said it was my mother. I braced myself. I picked up the handle. I said hello, And Mom launched. She launched into this giddy story about this nurse she had met last night at the hospital, and how she gave her a ride home when her shift was over, and how they might go out and have coffee someday, and what a kick she was. I think Mom might have said more, but my mind was busy waking up and putting together all the pieces. I had done the right thing. In motherhood, Mom gave me the precious gift of life. And no, I would like to think that I'd given us both a healthier relationship. And for the next 2 years until Mom passed away, and no, not from her falling on the floor and my refusing to come over and help her, we indeed had a better relationship. I could see ways that life was better for her, and I know life was better for me. It had just taken me 56 years to get busy waking up. Thank you.